Hey, Corrie here, coming in to do my channel messages for the month of March. This is for Capricorn. Please remember, this does not replace any medical, psychological advice. This is to be taken as entertainment only. This is reading through the energy, just as the universe, just as the universe is out there, it's also within you. So what I read in the universal of the world's energy also exists. We bring it into small scale, bring it into ourselves. It doesn't mean what we're working on is small. It just means that it's about us, because we create our world. So Capricorn, financial gain, financial gain. I feel like you've been afraid of awakening, afraid of awareness. I feel like there's a lot of, you've been in like this temporary pause, or things feel like they have been stagnant. There is some move and changes in direction that you're making. You very much are very good at deflecting away from actually having to face things. Sometimes you have this big, sense of being that person that can be the knight in shining armor for people, but sometimes that's martyr, and that's a martyr complex, and not really that you're a knight in shining armor, because behind the scenes there's a lot of unseen things that you're not solving within your own life. Is you run and you hide and you pretend, but you don't show up for you. Not all, but some. So it's just coming up that that's where we are right now. We're looking at that energy. I'm like, it's like we're looking at that energy, and it was just like, what is holding us here? What is keeping this energy away? So we're just like, sometimes you're blinded, or you keep blinders on, and you can see what everyone else needs. You're so good at giving out advice sometimes, but sometimes you're not so good at taking your own advice. So this is the awakening. It is in reverse. So the angels are calling you up and out and saying it is time. If you want to truly awaken, if you want to truly live your own life, the way that it is designed for you to live, is that you got to embrace your own uniqueness. So there may be some secrets of you that you may have been keeping in. So a temporary pause of reflection, right? And so that sense of, in reverse, this has had some time I feel like for some of you, it's been a long time in reverse. So this feels like, for me, a lot of root and sacral energy also coming up. So there's a lot, and this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot I keep calling Bradley Valentine an archangel today. I don't know why, but and so it is it's by Bradley Valentine, and this is Archangel Shamal that's coming in. And it's just like that, being able to take action for the right reason, be able to bring changes about for the right reason. And so when we have been hiding, or we keep deflecting, we keep trying to focus on what everyone else needs and not on our own needs. It's like you keep deflecting. Let me find out what you need. Let me help you. Let me fix this for you. Let me do this for you. And it's all in a way to disguise and deflect and not have to do the things that you need to do for you. Well, now you're being called up and out this month. I'm trying to get my hands in my pocket. I don't know why. I'm like, why did I want to put my hands in my pocket? It's like, me, I didn't really do that, right? So that's what's coming up. And so just knowing, take your hands out. So your real, true, authentic self. I feel like there's some unraveling that's happening, whereas the things that you thought that you could move forward, the way that in the old ways, you can't. So there is that's coming up, because you're at the gates, you're at the doors of, being able to bring forth the change in your life, that being rewarded for the hard work and labor that you have put in. So you've had a lot of very successful areas in your life where you've succeeded very well. You're very loved. People come to you because they trust you. You have to trust in you enough to be you, and you are dependable. You're someone people can count on, and just knowing that and being with that, so count on, be that for you now, be what you need to be for you. And this is bringing in that sense of, You know, you're standing at your own door. And so there's just this success. And I feel like for some of you, you're opening, you know, you are opening up new doors and new opportunities. You're moving into new areas of your life. Your life is evolving and growing. And it's just telling us that these are last minute things that we want to be able to see, so that you can have a broader perspective, so that you can open your mind, so you don't fall back into being the martyr, or you don't fall back into old habits and old ways, but your true authentic self of the Capricorn, and not just your birth sign. It's very important for you to go look up your natal birth chart and look up all aspects, where every planet is in your house, where you know, what is in those houses? Is there anything in those houses? What is your midheaven? What is your north node, your rising sun? Like, all of those aspects matter. You are more than just that Capricorn energy. And people often take claim to fame to their astrological sign. But it is so important to look at the other aspects and what you're here to rise up to be. What your midheaven tells you about how you show up in the world. And there's so many aspects of yourself that sits in those houses, that it's very important. If you want to know you, know everything about your own behavior and what needs to be, you know, where attention needs to go. Also, More Than Existing coaching program, a great place to start. That's my program. And so there's a lot of information and a lot of journeying through there that teaches us about our core values, what's important to us, you know, how we identify ourselves by, you know, how programmed we are and how those personas are created. We learn a lot about that. We learn about the archetypal role that we play in our relationships, and in the creation of our own stories and trauma response behaviors that show up. And we look at those things, and we don't look at them with, you know, to dissect them or decide what we are. We just bring awareness to how powerful it is of an influence upon us within our lives. So that's where you are right now, and you're looking in on this. And so then we come in and see we have two Archangel Shamiel. We have one here, and the third card is the same way. And then we have Uriel right here in the middle. The sun is trying to shine. The light is trying to shine up on where you are. You're right at the doors to enter into this new space. But we have to look at this because this was in reverse, remember? So the awakening was in reverse. And then we also have this beautiful card that's just saying, this is something is in the air. Something is looking at. So we're, you know, so we're not blinded by, when we open the door and we walk into our new lives, we're not blinded by some of the things that we're unwilling to see, because we've been telling ourselves the stories that we've been convincing other people of our whole lives. So maybe we don't have the same courage we thought we had. Maybe we're not as smart as what we thought we were. Maybe we had a lot of things. So there's a lot of, we know 5% of what's really out there to know, even at our smartest, even at our wisest. And so this card brings the illusion of entrapment, the lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action, take responsibility for your life now. Can't lay that out any clearer. It is truly time to be aware of the areas where you may have been really good at convincing people of something, but some people can see beyond that, and they can see your truth. And so I always, you know, I see the spirit of people. I don't so much see their human flaws. I see the light within, but then I'm also very aware of how great that character of identity is that we push out into the world, of convincing people of that I'm fine, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm confident, I got that, I know it, I know this, I know that. And, you know, it's like charging up before you go out into the world, but it is also crippling. So there is some crippling energy that is saying, you know what, here you are at the doors of opportunity, at the doors of change, at the doors of really truly living your abundant life. And this is facing you, and it's calling you up and out and saying it's time to look at this, because there is a lot of opportunities that may be coming in or change. April feels like a new day for me. Some of you feel like you may be going for, you know, maybe some surgeries that got put off. And it's like, that's, you know, it's like, oh, I don't need anybody. I can do this on my own when I get home, but you can't. It's like, this is the opportunity for you to feel healthy or whole or get what you need. So don't reject that other people want to be there for you, and let it in. You're the only one that I've pulled more cards for. And so it's the end of a situation, but it's still in reverse, right? And so ready to walk into a new life, a new beginning. This is also in the air energy. And it's like, so there's a mind story that have you trapped, your, the cloak that is over us, that you don't see yourself protect it. You're trying to do it all on your own. We also have then the Queen of Earth also coming in, and this generous, practical, that's you. I mean, Capricorn is, they can be so generous, so caring, but sometimes it can also be to serve, the achievement of being able to say, to be in their own satisfaction, to serve their own needs. That's where the martyr complex comes in. It's like, oh, everybody needs me. Oh, I have to be there for everyone. And it's like, no, somebody else can do that. No, you don't have to be there. That's the story that you're telling yourself. You just don't ask anyone else, or you just don't say no. You say yes, even when you can't, or you hand out, and say, I'm so generous and I'm so caring, but you didn't have the money to really give out, but you did it anyway. So there's a lot of those things that you have to start really putting your awareness into and say, that's not working, because those areas are also depleting. They're not pleasant energies to sit in. They're not going to be rewarding. They're not going to be a part of bringing that abundance in. They're part of depletion. So this is us about getting clear, right? It's time to put the work in. It is time to get to work. It is time to really, truly put your head into the book of life, look in, gain clarity, decide, is this, what do I need to do? What am I not doing? Because there's such excellent moments and opportunities that are trying to unfold, including beautiful relationships. But no one can walk through those doors for you, and nobody can do this for you. You have to do this in this coming time that you're facing right now. Much love. Thank you, and have a beautiful month. Bye-bye.